that's big money. You know, I mean, that erases half of our cell phone bill a month, which, you know, it definitely helps.
Thank you.
Any other questions on accounts payable?
Yes, there's a, let's see. Mill Creek Township, Police Services, $15,000.
Yes, so for the buses, they leave the parking lot here. We do stop traffic to allow our buses to get in or out during the course of the school year. That service is not free, so that's what that is, for their services and our transportation.
And that's for a 6-month period. So we're giving the Mill Creek Township, the township for police services $30,000 a year.
Yeah, it's based on X percent, I don't remember the exact formula for it, but it's X percentage of their salary per day, with their benefits and so on and so forth. I think it's like 10% or I don't remember exactly what it is, and multiply it out by how many days they're being used.
Do other districts do that?
I don't know if they have an area that has a number of
That's
buses.
my question. If we didn't do this, would our buses run out of time? And would my kids be
You
in
would be
every
stuck
day?
here trying to get all those buses out. We have what?
You try to make left out of here.
We're trying to get
Yourself.
Right.
Not supposed to do that.
So without this, the kids wouldn't be getting home on time.
Agree.
Well,
They wouldn't get out of the garage. You wouldn't get on 26th Street.
is that also possibly some of the games that they go to, like basketball or football that require security? Is that more than?
No,
Or is that just for the buses?
I'll confirm, but I'm almost positive that is strictly for the buses right outside here.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like a lot, though.
Also, on is it page 5, I don't understand anything. Does any board member understand what, with the check register, going in, going out, you're transferring money from one account to another? Can you explain that?
What page are you on here?
Page 5 of 43.
Oh, this is, all right, so according to state, you have unclaimed, if you have outstanding checks that are older than 2 years, you turn them over to the state for unclaimed property. If so, this is us claiming, sending either some checks over for unclaimed property, or B, our checks are still dated at 6 months. So we need to void them and reissue those checks, and this is what you're seeing us do. We're voiding our checks to reissue them because you're not gonna be able to cash a check if it's older than 6 months.
So what you're saying here is that all these individuals or organizations did not cash that check when it was sent to them.
Correct.
Okay. So, and then it was reissued on the date,
That's correct.
6/28. Okay. There's a check that was made out to attorney. Find it.
Was it somebody's name, Esquire? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was a.
I've seen a woman that gets paid every time we do payroll. It's-
No, this was an attorney.
Yeah, there's an Esquire that somehow is tied in basically with every one of our payrolls. I'm not sure why, but is that what you're talking about?
Since I can, I forget the page, I should have jotted down the page.
I think it's farther down. Is it Rhonda Winokur Esquire?
Yes.
Okay, that's page 14.
Okay, I'm not there yet. Yeah, what was the Rhonda Winnicott?
It's 494.77.
Yes.
Bankruptcies.
It's check 7698.
It's bankruptcies.
Bankruptcies?
What check number is this?
76.
7690.
Yeah, in the description of the purchase, maybe a little annotated note of bankruptcies. Maybe,
Protected some personnel.
well, what are you paying the individual for?
That's like the clearing house really, but I have to deduct money all the time from employees. So,
Okay, is that it's a public document, correct?
and that's a contract between my employee and the office. So, I assume it'd be the same way, so you couldn't put a name attached to it.
No. In the description of purchase, if you annotate it as bankruptcy, and that's it, I mean, generic bankruptcy. Just to look at, some of the accounts payable. I mean, we have a fiduciary responsibility to review it. And if a board director asks for the backup material, doesn't an elected school board director have that right to review the backup material for these checks? I mean, it's a very simple question, but yet I have been told that I need the board majority to receive that document. I'll just hold that in abeyance for a future.
Can I just clarify something for going on record? Yes, Mr. Aliota, based on our policy, if it is going to be a large data drop that you need, we do, according to our policy, ask that you put forward to a board vote, and that way we're all in agreement that it is something that we're going to go forward with. Now, I would think anyone would be reasonable and say, hey, if it's one or two things that we can get, that Linda can get together quickly, it's the large data drops that need to be approved, so that we don't take up too much time of Mrs. Sitter's time. I think that was, so it's not that you weren't getting it, it's that if it's a large data drop, according to our policy, it does need to be approved.
Yes, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, Mr. Contact. When you say a large data drop.
I mean any large request of information.
We're kind of going off track.
That's what I mean.
Is it in the system?
You have a financial question that you want to ask?
Yeah,
Or
I
whatever?
just asked it.
Okay.
I would like to have the backup material
For?
for the charge to the Knox Law Firm of $8,000, whatever it was, relative to Aliota's right to knows.
I don't, honestly, I don't see a problem with that. We'll
Okay.
give you the invoice. Yeah, no problem.
All right.
I mean, that's fine.
No, not just the invoice, I want the backup material. For instance, an invoice for
Whatever was
$8,000.
supplied with the invoice, we'll get you.
Mr.
No
President,
problem.
please allow me to finish my sentence. Thank you. When an invoice comes in for $8,000 for legal services, and legal services, Aliota's right to know, I would like to have the backup material of the correspondence, the telephone calls made to and from the attorney and any district official or any board director, so that there is a documentation of, well, Mr. Senate, Mr. Wachter spent 15 minutes with President.
That's on the bill. Normally when we've got the last copy, it said who the attorney was, the amount of time, and who they spoke to.
Yeah.
It's itemized on the invoice.
And there's an email, right? Email to board director.
So you want
Board
all of those
directors.
emails?
I'd like to see the emails and what was discussed. Okay? Thank you.
We'll get the invoice. Thank you.
No, Mr.
If you're not happy with the invoice, then we'll go a little further. You're entitled to see what that is.
I am
No
entitled,
problem.
representing the taxpayers of Middle Creek.
As we
Township.
all are, Mr. Allen.
Yes.
As we all are.
Right, correct.
Right.
But I am the one director that's asking for the backup material. I am not asking for my personal